What's the deal, beautiful people? Happy Monday, May 30th. It's your boy, the one and only Mykell Mathieu, and you're tuning into the Mykell Mathieu Show. I thank you guys so much for joining your boy on today. You know I'm here with you 25, 30 minutes of your life, and you're good. You're going to enjoy it. Remember, you can tap in with me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday as I take you around the sports world, entertainment world, and so much more. Make sure you guys also tap in. Me and my guy Elam. We do our show together when we combine forces with the Misfits podcast every Sunday, 8:30. Make sure y'all tap in. But I thank you guys who are here joining me today. And you know, I gotta start us off in the world of sports. And the Final Four is set in the NBA. After the Oklahoma City smacked up the Denver Nuggets in Game 7, protecting home, they have a chance to reach where a lot of people expected them to go. That's to an NBA Finals. If they can knock off the Minnesota Timberwolves, it is going to be a great matchup. I cannot wait to see these teams play each other because they got some similarities. You got a young guard wing player that's a superstar, SGA, and you got some size on each side of each team. You got Chet, you got Isaiah Hartenstein, you got Rudy Gobert, you have Nas Reed. It's going to be a great series, and I think that it has a chance to go 7. And it's going to be some great basketball played. It's going to be physical. It's going to be athleticism. And it's going to come down to which of the others that Shaq always talks about. And if you know Shaq, how he was able to win his rings, it was a lot of others that helped him. So I'm just excited the fact that we're going to see some good basketball played. And I don't feel no type of way that is no super huge names like LeBron, Steph Curry, or whomever in that realm, because now we can just focus on basketball, not gimmicks and names, but just focus on the game. So it's going to be a great series. I'm gonna tell you who I believe is going to win, but I'm not going to tell you who I want to win until after we talk the Eastern Conference. But I think Oklahoma City finds a way in 7 games. Once again, they're going to be at home. They're going to find a way to protect home in Game 7. But it's going to be hard fought. It is going to be a tough series. But Thunder, Timberwolves, I'm going to lean towards the Thunder with that series. I think SGA is just on a roll. He should be voted MVP soon. I don't know what the hell is going on there, but he should have his award very soon, and he's going to be trying to push his team to the finals. And I think that his squad makes it happen. It's going to come down, like I said, once again, to the others. And Jalen Williams has to be big. That Jalen Williams and Julius Randle are 2 guys to watch. Whoever excels from those 2 in this series may be the team that go over the top, because it's going to be tough for both superstar wing players because they have defense on each side. They have physicality. They have bigs at the rim that's going to make it tough. But I think OKC can sneak out with that series win. Then, of course, on the Eastern Conference, we have an old school rivalry. It's taking me back to my youth days as a kid watching the New York Knicks and the Indiana Pacers. 2 teams whose cities are so different from one another, but both cities love them some basketball. We already know how New York is already going to be lit and turned up, guys climbing the poles there, climbing on top of different signs, and they're just going crazy in New York, and I love it. No lie, I wish LA, especially when it comes to the Lakers, was more that ruckus and wild, because it's just too Hollywood here in LA, to where in New York, they are turned up and lit for their Knicks. And I know a lot of it is because they haven't won nothing in a long time, but you seeing Spider-Man drinking Henny, you seeing all types of faces out there coming together to support their Knicks. The only thing I hate is the throwing the trash and doing things with the Pacer fan who was there. Shout out to Tyrese Halliburton, who got him tickets to one of the games. But you don't do no nonsense like that. But it's just New York. They're lit. They're turned up. They're hoping that their team can make a finals push. But the Pacers has looked crazy. They have played some great basketball. They look like a team that has a chance to truly make a push. Like, they are stacked. And Tyrese Halliburton is like, yo, I am not the most overrated player. I'm the most overhated player in the NBA, and he's trying to get his team to that next level. But I'm trusting in Jalen Brunson. I'm trusting in Cat, the big bodega. I'm trusting in OG, Josh Hart. Like that team, I believe is going to help the New York Knicks get to the finals. I had the Pacers making it this far. I didn't have the Knicks here. I thought they would lose to the Celtics, but they found a way to knock off the Celtics. And yes, of course, the Celtics dealt with injuries, but I just think the Knicks have that it factor right now. And I got the Knicks in 7 games. I think we get 2 7-game series when it comes to the conference finals. And I'm excited for you. If you're a Hoops fan, you got to love this. It's not going to be too much stand culture because of certain players. It's not going to be none of that nonsense. It's going to be straight hoops, and I am all for it. It's going to be so much fun. I can't wait for the conference finals. So I got my matchup in the finals as the New York Knicks and the Oklahoma City Thunder. You have the small town team, and then you have the Big Apple, and it's going to be so much fun. But what I wish and I hope to see happen, right? I'm telling you what I think as kind of an expert. You could say I've been covering the league for a couple of years, but I kind of lean towards Oklahoma City taking care of business. But if we can somehow get Ant into the finals and we get that matchup of Minnesota versus New York, we get the Big Apple versus the Twin City, we get Cat versus his former team, it would be a lot more story to go with that matchup. So I'm hoping we see it because it will be really lit just to see Ant. Everybody's saying Ant is that next it guy, especially being an American-born player that has a chance to carry on the torch of the great wings before him, like a LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, Magic Bird, Dr. J, Jerry West, or whomever. He looks like he can be the next one. And if he can somehow get his team in the finals and face off against the Knicks, it will be a good look for him. But we're going to see what's going to happen. That's my dream matchup. But the worst matchup for the NBA will be Oklahoma City and Indiana. Like 2 small markets. There's no big markability for either side. I know Shea has star power, but it's Oklahoma City. Like, you don't want to, definitely for the media members that I know that travels to these games, I know they're like, if we got to go to Indiana, Oklahoma City, we are in a bad place. Going to New York will be lovely, and Minnesota is cool. But Indiana, Oklahoma City, that's not where you want to be to hang out and have fun. So that finals will be the nightmare of a finals. The dream finals will be Timberwolves versus Knicks. But I think it's going to be Oklahoma City versus the New York Knicks. And it's going to be so much fun. And it's crazy. The NBA is looking a lot like the NFL. Parity. It will be the 7th consecutive year that it is a new NBA champion, which is crazy because, we're used to seeing the Lakers, Celtics, and teams kind of run off some championship, the Spurs, the Warriors of recent year. And yes, the parity is great, and it's really dope to see that these teams are going to be there in the championship and have a new champion year after year. But I'm telling you right now, as a Chiefs fan, a Chiefs homer at times, I know what they are doing for the NFL. Everybody talks about the Chiefs. Hate, love, it is all great for the NFL because it keeps people talking. That is what's missing from the NBA. They need a team, a dynasty type team to emerge. Is it going to be one of these 4 teams? I know they're hoping so, but if it's not, who is going to be that next dynasty team? Because as much as you don't want to see the same team win, people love dynasties. Like, how much did we talk about Shaq and Kobe in that era of basketball? How much did we talk about the Heatles? How much did we talk about the Warriors when they were winning damn near every year? Like I said in the NFL, how much do we talk about the Chiefs? Hell, we're still talking about Michael Jordan and the Bulls, and they haven't played since the 90s or won since the 90s with MJ, Pippen, and others. So dynasties help sell. People like to see domination because, honestly, I think having dominant team leads to more haters, and haters sell tickets just as much as fans do. So the NBA is missing out on having the dynasty team. Everyone thought maybe the Celtics can run it up, but you have them lose. They lose Jason Tatum, who's most likely going to be out for the year. So it's tough to see that, but If you love parody, the NBA is exactly in the place that you want it to be. Once again, the 7th straight year that it is going to be a new NBA champion. So for the parody people, you love it. For the dynasty people like myself, man, it is crazy right now. But who's next? But to keep it on the hardwood, you know me. I don't just talk about guy hoops. I love the ladies too. I have to talk about the WNBA. The season is full go. As you know, I cover the Sparks. Make sure y'all tap into my show, LA Sparks Weekly. Me and my co-host, ZJ Treacy Treats, we got you covered with a lot of great content for the Sparks that you can't get anywhere else. I promise you that. So make sure y'all tap into that and show love. But I was with the Sparks yesterday. They suffered a loss, 89-75. They lost to the Minnesota Lynx. And, the Sparks, man, already dealing with injuries. Like, you come in, you don't have Julie Allman. She's hurt. They're hoping she's going to be back soon. Cameron Brink won't be back until, like, the middle of June. So you have to wait for her, the former number 2 pick. And then, you get Ray Burrell, who was going to be the 6th woman for this team. She goes down to a leg injury. She's out 6 to 8 weeks. So it sucks that they're already dealing with injuries. But I like what I've seen from Kelsey Plum. Like I said, I am starting the MVP campaign for Kelsey Plum because she is just a bucket and she is just that nice. But De'Erica Hamby, double-double, back-to-back games, looking like herself. Azurá Stevens knocking down that deep ball, looking really good. They just faced off against a really tough Minnesota Lynx team who I can honestly say looks like the favorite. They're like, we lost because of a foul call in the final game of the NBA Finals. We want our get back, and they are looking great so far. One of the only 2-0 teams in the league with the Washington Mystics, who's surprising a lot of people, but it's just 2 games, so you don't get too excited. Just like with the Sparks, don't get too high, don't get too low. They got some games to go. Some big ones this week. They got the Mercury on Wednesday. They got 2 home games this week as well. Sunday, Angel Reese is coming to LA. So I know people, if you didn't know, you better get your tickets now because I know people want to see Angel Reese as she do her thing. But just once again, shouting out the Lynx, Liberty, and Fever. They have looked the most impressive to me, especially, the Lynx doing their thing. The Liberty defending champs, they smack up the Aces to open up their season. But shout out to the Fever, man. Like, they added some nice pieces to that team. DeWanna Bonner, they get Kelsey Mitchell back. You got Sophie Cunningham. Like, they look like a team that can possibly make a final run. I know it's early, but you can just see it sometimes with a team. And as long as they stay healthy, they got Caitlin Clark on their team. She is the one. She is the face of the league. She may not be the best player because you have Nafisha Collier, you have Asia Wilson, and a couple others you could throw in that list, but she's up there because she's a playmaker, a scorer, one of the best shooters that we've seen as a woman. Shout out to her, but shout out to the Lynx, Liberty, Indiana Fever. If you're following along, or even if you're not, those are 3 teams to keep your eyes on. Of course, in LA, I got to rep the Sparks, so make sure you watch out for the Sparks as well. Tonight, you got some action tonight. The Dallas Wings versus the Seattle Storm. First overall pick from UConn, Paige Beckers, looking to pick up her first win of her career. She's a hooper. She had a solid first game. I expect her to be way better. But some action tonight if you want to tap into it. Once again, you got Paige Beckers and the Dallas Wings versus Nneka Ogwumike and the Seattle Storm. It should be some good action tonight. But I got to talk about what a lot of people are discussing because, as you know, I be on X, I be on Insta. I like to debate. I like to talk smack. And I like to, I just like to get under people's skin sometime. Especially when it's social media, it's so much fun. The people they really think that you get mad at them or they getting on your nerves. It's all fun and games, and social media is not real life. But people are talking about Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. Is it hate? Is it a rivalry? Is it competition? What is it? And I'm going to say that it is competition. And that's why I hated to see the way that RG3 is trying to make Angel Reese look like she's just a hater. Why would Angel Reese have to hate? She has a popping podcast. She's Angel Reese. She's a national champion. She is a great player in her own right. Is she Caitlin Clark as a player? No, of course, Caitlin Clark is beyond special and great, but they're two different players. It's Bird, it's Magic, it's Black, it's White. You know what the WNBA needs? They need to sell tickets. They need to make more revenue. And this is how you make more revenue. Do they hate each other? No. If they see each other on the streets, y'all think they about to be throwing hands? Not at all. Are they going to be hugging each other and kissing each other and showing love that way? Probably not, but they're cool and cordial. But when it comes to sports, competition, rivals sell sports. Like I say it all the time. When you think about football, Chiefs, Raiders, Chiefs, Buffalo, Chiefs, Bengals, people talk about that for all year round because rivals sell. So instead of trying to hide this, they need to push it even more. And yes, I hate these scumbags on X who try to make it a racial thing and try to, make Angel look a certain way. She got swag, and it seems like the world, or especially here in America, people hate a black person that have some swag, that speaks out for themselves and is not going to take no mess. We've seen it in the history of this world that they just hate on it. And especially when it comes from an athlete, y'all need to embrace this. Angel is one of the faces of the WNBA. Whether you think she's great or not, she is good for the game. Her and Caitlin Clark's rivalry, it's good for the game. Rivalries sell. Competition sells. Hell, if you want to call it hate, it sells. The Lakers and Celtics of the 80s, it was true hate between the fans. And maybe some of the players had hate for each other, but it made the NBA emerge out of its darkness that it was in. Hopefully they can use this to help do the same. Like, I would love to somehow see a conference finals with Chicago and Indiana in it, because it will be big time. It will be very marketable, and people need to embrace it. And don't embrace the hate, embrace competition. So all this nonsense and disrespect you guys throwing towards Angel Reese, y'all need to cut it out. This is basketball. Do I think it was a flagrant foul? No, it was a hard foul. But so what? We want to see people in each other's face talking smack, and there's no love being there. That's a part of the game. So I don't know what you guys feel about that, but I just think people are making it too much. It's basketball. It's competition. It is a sport. Let these people play. Instead of us talking about this nonsense, we should be talking about how good the Fever looked, how great they played in their first game, and how bad the Sky looked without, Kennedy Carter there. Something looks a little off. That's what we should be talking about, not this other stuff. We need to embrace rivalries in sports. And if it brings a little disconnection, a little smack being talked, some hard fouls, some tough fouls, so be it. It is sports. That sells. We always complain about the NBA a lot, especially today. I'm one of the ones that say I hate that everybody is so cool and love each other and want to talk after losing regular season games. They hugging and doing handshakes that they created with each other. We want to see more rivalries in sports. That's what makes football great. These dudes go at it, and the fan bases go at it, and it sells. So Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, it's no racism. It's no hate between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. It is just competitive sports, and I love to see it, baby. So hopefully we see more of it. All you haters, be quiet. And RG3, sit down, man. Like, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm really ashamed that you're saying the stuff that you said, because you're a competitor. You played football. You played at Baylor. I'm pretty sure you guys had a rivalry. You played for the Redskins, and you guys had a rival. So it's just sports. Let it be. And RG3 and you other haters out there, sit back and let them do their thing, man. Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, I want to see more of it. I like the beef. I think beef sells. Hell, we just talked about a full year and more. We're still going at it with Kendrick Lamar and Drake. Beef sells, especially in a competitive sport, and I rocks with it. So just to take away from the hardwood, we got to go to the gridiron, baby. We got some possible rule changes, and I got to tell you how I feel about them. One of them, owners are going to be discussing Tuesday and Wednesday, talking about should they change the playoffs. And they want to take away, you want to keep division champions, but they want records to decide who has a home field when it comes to the first round of the playoff super wild card. And I hate it. Like, I really think that you keep it as is. If you win your division, you put in your work, you are the best team in your division. Not only do you want a banner if you hang those up, you want that home game, and you deserve it. Yes, I know that the Vikings came in last year with a crazy record. They were a week 18 win away from being the top overall seed in the playoffs for the NFC, to where they lost, to where now they have to travel on the road. But if your record and you're that good, going on the road shouldn't matter. You should be able to go win a road game to get your team to the next spot. So I hope that they don't mess with that. If you win your division, you should be hosting a playoff game, even if you're 7-10. I know it's nasty. You don't want to see that, but you won your division. You deserve to get a home game. So hopefully the owners don't mess with that. They allow these teams to do their part. Go out there, play the games. You win your division, get your home team. If you're the road team with a better record, prove that you are a better team by beating them on the road. That will let people really know what you about, what you can really do. Another rule change I'm hoping to see. They are going to be meeting once again Tuesday and Wednesday to talk in Minneapolis. They're going to be discussing the ban of the tush push. And damn it, I hope that we see it. I do not want to see the tush push in the NFL. I know people out there are going to be like, oh, you just a hater because the Eagles smacked up your Chiefs. I could care less about that. I am talking about the game of football, and it just don't look like football to me. If it's illegal for the defensive player to get an advantage pushing their guy forward, the offensive guy should not be able to sit there and push their quarterback into the end zone. Like, it is not football. And some people who come at me on X, like I said, I go back and forth on many topics with people, and they're like, it's not rugby either. I don't care. I just know it don't look like football. And if you got to ban people and stop people from pushing people in, do it the same way on both sides. It's a penalty on defense. It should not be legal on offense. You guys are starting off the play with their hands already on the quarterback's back, ready to push them in. And these quarterbacks today are already physically strong, especially a guy like Jalen Hurts. And I know people are like, if it was so easy, everybody would do it. Yeah, that can be true. But people know that, man, I don't want to injure my quarterback. I don't want to take a chance of injury to where I pay this running back millions to make a play. He's going to do it. Or hell, I just do a regular quarterback sneak without somebody trying to give my guy an advantage. So hopefully that it is the end of the tush push. I don't want to see it in the NFL any longer. They pushed it back when they discussed it earlier this year at the league meeting in West Palm Beach, but now they're in Minnesota, and this Tuesday or Wednesday, we're going to decide. So my fingers crossed that it's the end of the tush push, but if you love it out there, I guess so. But hopefully it is done. But hey, y'all see the title of this episode. Episode 5, Cali is active, and I'm not talking about the sports scene with that, because as you know, the Lakers are no longer playing in the playoffs. The Clippers are no longer playing in the playoffs. Rams and Chargers, they're starting to rev up. Shout out to my Halos and Angels sweeping the Dodgers this weekend, smacking them up. I guess we were in LA right now. So I'm gonna take claim of that, since you know the Angels have been struggling lately, but they sweep the Dodgers. I love it. But the reason why this is called Cali is active, because you guys know I am super tapped into the hip hop scene, and it is some action going on when it comes to the hip hop scene. First of all, I got to talk about it. Last week they had the Red Bull freestyle, really dope. Big Sean did his thing. Absol does his thing as usual. You got to keep listening to that thing back because you missed bars. So Carson in the house solo doing his thing. But Joey Badass, man, he showed up and he had something to get off his chest, and he spit some bars that got everything cracking when it comes to LA. Like right now, all these Drake fans been crying for a year talking about 20v1, 20v1. Nah, it's a 20v1 going on with Joey Badass, but he's getting a little help. Shout out to CJ Fly, just dropped today. Cool little track, but it's Joey versus the West, and it is crazy. Last week, we got some smackers. Ray Vaughn with that whole era. It's a joint I keep going back to. For me, It's the most fun of the disc records that we just got. And it's bars within it too. I think he set the line of the entire thing so far when he said you had Ice Spice being the king of New York, which is so true. I've been very critical about New York hip hop lately because I'm a fan of it. You know, I'm still tapped in to Nas. I'm still tapped in to Jadakiss. Whenever Jay drop, I'm tapped in. And Joey Badass, I've been tapping in with him since 1999. But nobody has stepped up to help bring on a new era of the East Coast or New York hip hop. They're waiting for somebody. So that bar of Ice Spice being the king of New York was so clever. And once again, if you haven't heard it, Whole Era by Rayvon, it is a smacker. And he did his thing. But the West wasn't done there. After that, you got Joey to spit his bars, right? To bring back some talk with New York, talking his smack, but he made a mistake, and it's fired. Like, go if you're a real hip hop head, go listen to Joey Badass's The Finals bars. He's talking his talk. It's the Joey Badass that's needed, but we need a new fire project for him to bring this sound back for New York. But he woke up my guy Reason, man, from Carson, and Reason gave you the dead apple. All of this is on DSP, so you can go listen to it on Apple Music or Spotify. And he spit some fire bars, maybe the best beef record so far, because he got very disrespectful, especially using the New York beat and making it a little West Coast with it. Like Reason did his thing, spitting bars. If you ain't tapped in a Reason on the West Coast, y'all need to go tap in. The man has straight. He spit straight fire like Dylon. The man is firing. You need to check him out. But it ain't done. Today, you get 2 more records, or 3 if you count CJ Fly, of course. Got to show him his respect for New York. But you got AZ Chike after dropping some 2 dope tracks, Game Time, that I tapped into last week. He came back with What Would You Do, where he's getting on Joey Badass's head. And he's going crazy with that. But to take you back to Reason, I really liked it because he is not just talking to Joey. He like, New York, where y'all at? Y'all used to be on the street corner spitting raps. Now y'all just on the street corner. So I love that with Reason. But back to AZ, dope track. Bro said, hey, you messing with the best feature from GNX, and he is damn right about it. Really dope this record from him. The West Coast is jumping him. They smacking him up because that wasn't it. Daylight came with the lyrical miracle flow with WRD2MIMVA, where it is just straight bars. And if you know Daylight, you know that guy is a straight spitter and he's doing his thing. But I just like it, man. I like when hip hop is competitive. I like when guys are having fun with it. And just like I was talking about earlier, when it comes to competition sells in hip hop as well. It's fun. I'm hoping all of this can turn to fire projects and more attention for these artists. But it has been dope, really, so far. Like I said, I like that whole era. That's the easiest listen for me so far. But the best one I'm gonna go. It's like it goes back and forth for me. It's either Joey or it's either Reason. But I like what AZ did. I like what Daylight did. It's that lyrical miracle raps. But it is fun. I'm hoping we get more from it. Let's see what's next. New York, where y'all at? Who is going to help Joey out? CJ Fly tried, but it's not enough. You know, you need somebody else. Who they even got? Like New York, it's y'all time to step up. Like the West Coast is showing y'all we got hitters and we've been having them for a minute, but now it's our time. So we trying to step on next. New York, where are you at? We need you in hip hop. We trying to get away from the vibes. We want to get to the raps. So we trying to get everything cracking. Cali is active. New York, where are you at when it comes to this hip hop scene? Because y'all missing in action. We ain't trying to get Atlanta to take nothing back. We trying to keep it West Coast, East Coast, real raps and vibes. All the greatness comes from West Coast and New York and the East Coast when it comes to rap. So we need the East Coast to do their part. Who next? Joey. Who can you go recruit? You need some Avengers because the big dogs from the West ain't said nothing yet. So y'all need to be on the lookout. But it's so much fun. I'm tapped into all these records, having the time of my life as a hip hop fan. Joey versus the West. The game has needed this, baby. Hey, I got to give y'all a listen that y'all need to go and attack. Is it a crime by Snoop Dogg. I know y'all probably like, man, Snoop is too old. We don't want to hear nothing from him. But Snoop's project is actually really, really dope. The production is dope. The raps are hard. I don't know who's helping them write, but he's sounding like the Snoop Dogg that we like and love. It is a really good project. And it's crazy just looking at my Spotify. I've been looking at what I've been listening to lately. It's been a lot of West Coast. The Russell doing his thing. G. Pierco is doing his thing. Then, of course, you got the battle that's going on, which is a lot of West Coast artists. Like the West Coast is really doing it. Hit me up, DMs, however, you could comment on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, comment on X, comment on YouTube with the Misfits podcast page, and let me know, what are y'all listening to? What should I have my ears to? Because it's been a lot of West Coast recently, especially after that GNX and what Kendrick was able to do. I've been tapped into a lot of West Coast, but I want to expand my horizons. I want to listen to more. So hit me up. Let me know what I should listen to. But this is just Monday. I got 2 more episodes for you this week, Wednesday and Friday. I thank you guys for tapping in and showing love. This is going to be your new favorite show from your new favorite personality, showing love to the late, great Bob Marley. The real Eminem Show, the Mykell Mathieu Show. Shout out my guy, Marshall Mathers, one of my favorite rappers ever. But this is the real Eminem Show, the Mykell Mathieu Show. I thank y'all for tapping in. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. I'm about to chill out, unwind, have a good time, because that's what we do here on the West Coast. That's what we do here in LA. Hey, keep battling, keep rapping. I can't wait to see it. I'm ready for the playoffs. Next time I see you, maybe I think a game is going to be played, and some more craziness is going on. I ain't even touched the Diddy case yet, but it is getting wilder and wilder, and I got you as we get further and further to it. Shout out Natalia Bryant, graduating from SC. Much love to you. Shout out to all the graduates. I got a niece of mine going to be graduating from high school this year. So shout out to all the graduates. It's coming up, prom. Enjoy it. It is the only time of your life that you get to do things like this, because after you graduate, it is bills, bills, bills. And I ain't talking about Destiny Child. So get ready for it. Thank y'all for tuning in. I see you guys Wednesday. I'm back at it, the Mykell Mathieu Show. Thank you. Tell your mama, your daddy, your friends, aunties, uncles, cousins that I am here. If you want to be entertained, you want that fire, don't worry about Stephen A. Smith. He gonna get his love. Don't worry about these others. Come tap in with your boy. I got you covered. Peace.